welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Katharine, and in today's video, I'm taking you through a week in my life, spring edition. So for those who did not see my spring and summer bucket list video, I'll tag that down in the description below. So I'll be ticking off some of the things that are on that bucket list in today's video. Not all of them, but some of them. And one of those was to go to a new coffee shop or cafe. And I'm at Little Wolf in Ipswich, Massachusetts. I got this specialty coffee called the El Diviso. I think that's how you pronounce it. It had key lime flavoring in it, and I can't ever refuse anything with key lime flavoring in it. I also put some oat milk in here. It's like one of their specialty like pour over or drip coffees. I don't remember which one, but it's one of their specialty coffees. It's called the El Diviso. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I'm gonna try this out. It's okay. Like, I don't think I'll ever get this again. It was $10 and I wanted something iced today, but I couldn't get this iced, but I also couldn't refuse not getting something with key lime flavoring. But it's okay. Like, I can't really taste the key lime flavoring, like maybe just a hint of it, but I wish there was more of the key lime flavoring. And I also just wish that like it didn't taste like just like any other like coffee drink without it being like $10, but it's okay. Like, I like it. I am gonna finish it obviously, but now I can say that I went to a new cafe or coffee shop, and now we're gonna tick off something else that was on that bucket list, and that is to go flower picking. There's like a tulip farm in the area that I really want to go to, and I've been wanting to go for years actually. So let's go to the tulip farm and pick some tulips. So I just got back to my car after picking some tulips from, it's called Tip Top Tulips in Ipswich, so it was right down the road from that coffee shop that I went to, and it was $13 to just like get into like the tulip fields, and then on top of that it was like $1 per stem. I only got 5 stems, so it ended up being $5 for this bouquet, and on top of the $13, so in total it came out to be like $18, which isn't too bad. But I really liked it. I don't know if I'll come back. Maybe if I had like more people to go with, that would be cool. But it was a fun experience and I really enjoyed it. Definitely got me in the mood for spring and summer. But I will be doing other things in this video, maybe not today, but I will check in with you later. Another day, another spring activity. I am currently making my Grammy's infamous blueberry muffins, and they're so good. You know that they're good when they're on index cards like this and they have like stains all over them, because you know that the recipe was made a lot and it was made with love because they were that good. And all of these types of recipes my Grammy actually left in this little box right here. There's like newspaper clippings, little index cards like this of like different recipes that my Grammy used to make like literally all the time. And my favorite recipe out of this has to be her blueberry muffins or her sauerkraut balls. Maybe I'll make that sometime for you guys on the vlog. I usually make that around Christmas time because that's like a German type of Christmas food that my grandma used to make. But anyways, I just have the mix right here with the blueberry muffin mix, and I'm gonna pour it into this muffin tin tray and then bake it at 350 degrees for like 30 minutes, and then they should be done. Baking is like one of my favorite spring activities, especially when it has like fruit involved. I also am loving this springtime weather while I'm baking right now because it is like raining out, and raining in New England is a very spring thing. So let's go ahead and bake these muffins. Another day, another spring activity. I just went to church this morning, so of course it's a Sunday today, and I just dropped off a bunch of clothes to the thrift store. I have been to this thrift store before. I know in my spring bucket list I mentioned wanting to visit a new thrift store, but actually, technically, if you want to be a little bit technical about this, the inside of this particular thrift store that I'm going into has changed the whole entire layout. So it technically feels like a new thrift store. So I'm counting it. It feels like a new thrift store, so it is a new thrift store to me because I'm still figuring out where everything is. So let's go inside. I do have a 20% off coupon because I did just donate a bunch of clothes. They give these out, and I'm so grateful that they do when you do donate. And so not only are we gonna go in there and find some great deals, but this is gonna give me further deals. So let's go inside. So I just got out of the thrift store, and I'm probably sure you can guess what I got. I got books. I'm not the biggest person to get like clothes or like houseware stuff at thrift stores because, first of all, I used to be a manager of a thrift store, so I have like way too many clothes. I honestly should go through my clothes and donate some, and I already just did. Like literally right before I came to this thrift store, I donated a bunch of clothes to the same exact thrift store before going in. So like I have way too many clothes to like know what to do with. So like that's the only reason why I don't buy clothes from thrift stores like as of right now. Like in the future, if I need more clothes for some reason, I'll most definitely buy clothes from a thrift store. Houseware stuff is a little bit trickier because I still live at home with my parents. So like I only have so much room to like have like decorations or like houseware stuff, if that makes sense. And plus like whatever I use for like kitchen stuff, like I just use my parents. I of course am respectful of all of their stuff, but like there's only so much I can buy for like houseware stuff because like technically it's like not my house, it's my parents' house. But anyways, I do love going into thrift stores to buy like DVDs and books specifically. Yes, you heard that right, DVDs. I still buy DVDs. I have like a list on my phone in like my notes section of different books and DVDs that I want to get and collect. And that is, of course, like just of like my favorites that I want to have physically. I'm kind of old-fashioned where like I love to read physically, and I love to have like a DVD on my bookshelves, if that makes sense, so that like just in case, like for example, like I love to use the app called Libby, which is like my library's like app, if that makes sense, which gets me audiobooks and Kindle books. And I love to use like things like Netflix or Amazon Prime, but sometimes like my library or like streaming services don't always have the movies or the books that I want. So I always like to have a good stack of physical books and DVDs to watch, just so that like in case the outlets that I normally go to don't have them, that way I can at least access like some of my favorites. And although I only bought one of those items on that list that I just explained to you, of like wanting to collect my favorites, I did buy some other things that are like new to me, even though like I just mentioned that like I really only like to have physical books of or DVDs of my favorites. Sometimes occasionally I'll buy books that are like new to me or DVDs that are new to me and I can't really like get elsewhere, like on Netflix or Amazon Prime or on Libby. So let me just show you what I got. First and foremost, I'm going to share with you like the one sole DVD that I got, and this was actually on that list of like DVDs, books that I am collecting of like my favorites, and that is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This is one of the Harry Potter movies that I don't have on my shelves yet, so I was excited to find this. I'm slowly but surely collecting all of the Harry Potter movies. I have all of the Harry Potter books, including special editions, but this is one of the movies that I don't have on my shelves yet, and it was on that list in my notes section of favorite movies and books that I want to collect for my bookshelf. So glad I got this one. And then the rest of these items are books, and at Savers, the thrift store that I just went into, has like a deal where like if you buy 4 books you get the 5th free. So I did get 5 books, and none of these books were like on that list that I was talking to you guys about in my notes section of like books and movies that I want to collect, of like that are my favorites, if that makes sense. I don't know how many times I have to explain that, but like just for me and my brain, okay? Please bear with me. But basically none of these books are on that list is what I'm trying to say. And these are all just books that I've heard great things about and I wanted to try out. So let's just get into this. I have here One Italian Summer by Rebecca Serle. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. This just seems like a very summery book, and with summer coming up, of course, I had to buy this. I've seen it all over YouTube, Instagram, and it seems like just the perfect... I don't even know if it's a romance. I honestly don't think it has any romance in it, but it's taking place in Italy. It has the word summer in the title, and it seems like a perfect summer read. And then the next 2 books are by the same author. I just recently read A Man Called Uva, I think that's how you pronounce the name, by Frederick Bachman. And these are also by Frederick Bachman. I have Anxious People, and my grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry. I don't know what these are about. And much like One Italian Summer, I know nothing about One Italian Summer by Rebecca Serle other than it's in Italy during the summer. And just like that, I also don't know what these are about. I just really liked A Man Called Uva by him, Frederick Bachman, and I wanted to pick up more of his books, so I got these ones. And you guys, I lied. I did actually read this book before. It's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and I loved this book. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I will recommend it all over for people to read. But basically the edition that I had was like the Book of the Month edition, and I think I'm in the minority of thinking that I don't like Book of the Month books. I just don't like how it has like the Book of the Month like logo like all over it, and I also wanted a paperback version of it, so I unhauled the one that I got from Book of the Month and I got this in paperback, and I think it's honestly in such great condition. I know that I said that none of these books that I got were like on that list of like favorite books or movies that I wanted to have on my shelves, but I lied, I guess, and this was on there apparently. But I got this because it's one of my favorites and I just want to have it on my bookshelf, and it's in good condition and it's in paperback, which is what I wanted. So this is great. If you are looking for like a magical realism type book, definitely pick this up. And then the last book that I got is called James. I believe that's what it's called. It's not like The James or A James, it's just called James by Provincial Everett. I think that's how you pronounce the name. But I've heard this is such a great book. Like, I've heard raving reviews about this, and the only thing that I know about it is that it's about like a runaway slave, if I'm not mistaken. So anything to do with like that time period or certain subject, if that makes sense, like I'm always interested, so I picked this up. But yeah, those are all of the books and one DVD and just all the things that I got from the thrift store today. Thank you so much for following along. I will see you in the next clip. Another day, another spring activity. I decided to kill two birds with one stone. I wanted to have a picnic, and I also wanted to catch the sunset or sunrise at the beach. So I'm doing both of those in this specific activity, and I'm so excited to be doing this because it is one of my favorite beaches of all time to watch the sunset, and this was just so fun to do. Thank you so much for following along today's video. I want to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe, all of the YouTube things that you know how to do, and I'll see you next time. Bye!